Hello friends, in this video I am going to show you how you can build self-hosted private chat server. Basically there could be many reasons to build your own chat server, and some of them are like to have control over information flowing between your employees, to ensure better privacy, to prevent leakage of information or secrets of your company's organizations. So in those cases you need a private self-hosted server. Luckily we have a few open source applications that can be used to build a private chat server. So in this video I am going to show you how you can use rocket.chat applications to build private server, and in some other video I will talk about more ways to build private chat server. So let's get started. Coming to my computer screen, you can see here that I already have one article written that will help you building your private chat server. So here a little about Rocket Chat system, and coming to the requirement, first of all you need a domain name and you need a VPS or cloud as per your requirement. Now the size of cloud or VPS is all mentioned here. Let's say your organization has 1000 users and you expect that there will be 300 concurrent sessions. So in that case you will need a system configuration of this size, and if you have a small organization like 200 users and you expect 50 concurrent sessions, then you can have like a very small server with 1 GB of RAM. And just in case if you have very big organization with 6000 users or even more, then you should have server of these configurations. Alright, now coming to the pricing of rocket.chat, let me open it. Here if you go to pricing, you can see community edition is free, and it is up to they are recommending it for 1k users, but you can have more users. When they will ask you for money, then you can start paying, and they have also a premium version. Alright, so depending on your requirement you can go with pro version or enterprise version, but to get started community version is a good one. So I will show you in this video how to install rocket.chat. So coming to installation steps, first of all you need a domain name as I mentioned. So this is my domain name, and next you will need a VPS or cloud. So in this demonstration I am going to use DigitalOcean cloud. So what I am going to do is to create one droplet, and I'll create droplet of 2 GB. In this case I'll select Ubuntu 20.04 and I'll select this option with 2 GB of RAM, and here you can select your data center region, and if you like to add any block storage you can do so here. And next you have option to create password or use SSH key. So what I am going to do is to create password right here. Alright, so now I have entered the password. Now here give a host name. Let's say app.inlearn.in, and then alright, so I think I have to make password stronger. Alright, so I am going to use this password. Fine. So now droplet creation shouldn't take much time. Now my droplet is ready and I have IP address in my hand. So what I am going to do is to go to DNS registrar, and in here if you have domain registered with Namecheap, then you go to advanced DNS tab, and then here click on add new record and then a record, and in host name you have to type app or any other subdomain or main domain you want to install your rocket chat system, and then in here IP address. So after that save changes. Now here basically I already had one record existing for app, so I am going to delete that, and now I have only one record, so it could take some time to propagate. In the meantime, I'll continue with installation of rocket chat system. So I am going to copy, and of course you need any SSH client. So it could be PuTTY, it could be Bitwise, or it could be anything, and then open. You'll get this security alert warning. So let me change the appearance. Alright, then you have to type username root here, and let me get the password. Alright, so coming to article, the first step would be to update the system's remote server. So let's update it, and in the meantime let's get ready with next command. Okay, so this upgrade could take some time. Alright, now the remote server has been upgraded. It took quite a while, and now next step is to set the host name. So don't forget to replace this part with your domain subdomain on which you would like to install rocket chat, and then you have to execute this command. This is just one command, and it will install rocket chat completely on your Ubuntu system. So this would take some time, but not quite long. So let's wait for it. Now you can see that it says rocket chat server has been installed successfully, and if I go to domain app.inlearn.in and port 3000, it is refusing to connect. So what I am going to do is to check for the firewall. So let's type service UFW status. Alright, so means firewall is running here as well, but in at the back end you can see like rocket.chat setup page opens automatically, so you don't have to do anything with firewall configuration. If I go on article, and here you can see, like I already have mentioned, you have to go to your domain and then port number 3000 you have to connect to open this rocket chat server. So now on setup wizard you have to enter your name and username, and then you have to enter organization email. So I am going to make entry here, and next you have to type password. Alright, after that continue. Next it will ask you about your organization info, so I'll select community here, and then my organization name, and it will ask you about industries. So here I am going to select education, and then size, country. Alright, and then it will ask you website. Alright, after that continue, and next it will ask you how would you like to name your site. So I am going to name it inGuide chat. Alright, language, and then it will ask you server type. So whether you want to have a private team or public community. So I'm going to select a private team here, and then also whether you want new users to auto opt for two-factor emailing. So you can have this option yes, no, and after that click next. Now here it will ask you to register register your system with rocket.chat, so that they would able to push mobile notifications, and you would also able to access apps and many other things. But if you like to go with your standalone system, then you need to follow these steps. You have to create accounts with service provider and update pre-configured settings. So it's up to you. This process is a little complex. You have to do all those things before you can proceed. And at this time I am going to continue with default selection, and after that click continue. Now you can see this message will pop up at the end of your configuration. It will say launched successfully, and that your workspace is ready. So go to your workspace. Now once you have successfully installed Rocket system, it's time to configure it. And to configure, you have to go to this icon and then click on administration. And since you are admin, you will able to control everything from here. Now the first step would be to go to email. If you couldn't find here, you can just search it here, but I can see email here. And then you have to go to SMTP, and here you have to fill the SMTP details, so that Rocket chat system would able to send emails. So let me put it here, and then port 587, and here I don't want to ignore TLS, and then username, and then the password. Alright, so next from email, and now here you wouldn't see any save button. Basically save button is here on the top right corner, and you have to send a test mail, and you can see your test mail was sent to this. Anyway, so after you have successfully tested your SMTP settings, it's time to do more settings. Let's say you want to enable SMS, then you can go and here you can enable SMS service. You have to fill the details, and next you want to enable web RTC, or if you don't want to enable, it's your choice. And of course you can have option for video conference as well. So here you can see you have two options. One is big blue button and other is Jitsi. So let me enable for Jitsi. So remove this. Alright, so here you can save changes, and obviously here a little warning, you have to ignore that, or if you want to do something about that, you can do yourself. Anyway, next let's say you want to create users, so you can go to users and then click on new, and then name user, let's say Rahul, and then name it username and the email, and after that you have to, if you want to fill those details, you can fill it, or you can simply skip to password, and after that click save. Alright, so now you can see like I have two users. Now I'll show how to chat with two users. So what I'm going to do, is to open incognito window, and here I am going to log in as other user. So let me get the URL. Alright, so next here alright, so if now here you have options, few options. Now if I type hi here, you can see in general tab you can see this message appearing. Let me type once again. Now if I reply back, let's say hi. Alright, so let's go to here. Alright, so you can see admin tag is also appearing, so the user knows who is admin. Alright, apart from that, you have options to create new channel team. You can here you can send direct messages. If I type here user, and then if I say hello, then instead of going through thread or channel, it will go directly to the user. So now here you can see this one is the direct message coming from the user Dheeraj. So this is how you can work out with Rocket chat system. Here a few steps is still remaining, like installing Let's Encrypt SSL certificate. Copy the command from here and till here, then you have to type your domain name. So what okay, alright, so now here you have to type your domain name. So my domain name app.inlearn.in, then copy the next 3 lines. So now here you can see that it is saying that there is error, your public IP doesn't match the one resolved for KD URL. So unless you have no error at all, you should not proceed. So now here seems like if I check the host name, let me do that. Okay, so what you have to do is to edit the hosts, and here you have to change the IP address. Here you can see this is the local IP address. So let me get the IP address. Alright, and then save it. After that try executing the command, this one, https enable. Alright, so now this you see that command was successfully executed and there was no error output. So let's execute the last one. So now it is asking to restart Rocket chat and KD services. So let me copy the next command. Alright, and finally the last command. Alright, so after installation of SSL certificate, you have to go to app.inlearn.in, and this time you won't have to connect over some port. It will directly open to your subdomain, and here you can see it's opening, and now it's completely open. So now if I go to certificate information, you can see it's issued and it's valid. So if I let me log in. Okay, so here basically I have to just pass the username. Anyway, so this is how you install rocket.chat system. Here it is saying that cloud registration is still pending. So what you have to do is to go to rocket.chat website and do the registration, so that push notifications and all other services, here you can see like push notification gateway and this omni-channel proxy, all those things can be activated on your server as well. So that's all for this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in inGuide forum, or you can also comment in comment section. So see you in the next video. Thank you for watching and feel free to subscribe. Thank you.